Hey there again. Thanks for watching my show. There are 9 signs she's trying to hide how much she loves you. Have you ever wondered, does she like me more than she's letting on? Or have you noticed little things she does, but not sure what they mean? Today we're going to talk about the subtle art of revealing deep thoughts. There's a reason why people don't always show their hearts, especially in relationships. But the truth is that her actions and emotions often say more than what she says. Figuring out these signs can help you make deeper connections and maybe even find something truly meaningful. This video will talk about 9 clear signs that she's trying to hide her feelings for you. Watch it because noticing these signs could change how you see your relationship, and what you do next could change everything psychologically. People hide their feelings for a lot of different reasons. For many, it's not just about being hard to get. They're afraid of being rejected, of being seen as weak, or even of ruining a good relationship. Society often teaches women, in particular, to keep their feelings in check. Unspoken rules like, don't seem too eager, don't get hurt, and don't lose control affect how people show or hide their feelings. But here's the thing, emotions can't stay buried forever. They come to the surface in the form of small subconscious cues, like the way she lingers when you're together, or the way her voice softens when she talks to you. These are the signals you need to pay attention to. In addition to what she says, her body language, tone of voice, and habits also reveal a lot about her without her even realizing it. When someone is trying to hide how they feel, their subconscious often lets you know. They may try to hide it by acting too casually or by trying to distract themselves when they're around you, but the signs are always there. If someone didn't care about you, why would they go out of their way to remember small things about your life? Why would they put you at the top of their list of priorities or act defensively around you? When you bring up someone else's name, these aren't just random acts. They're hints at how she feels, which she's trying to hide. It can be hard to figure out these signs at first, because they're subtle and maybe even confusing. But the more you pay attention, the clearer the picture becomes. Once you learn to read her cues, you'll not only understand her better, but you'll also be able to handle your relationship with more confidence and clarity. So if you've been wondering if her actions mean more than what she says, keep watching. The answers you're looking for could be right in front of you. Sign number 1. She goes out of her way for you. If she consistently does things to make your life better, she might be hiding her deep feelings for you. If she's putting you first, it's not because she wants to. For example, has she ever surprised you with your favorite coffee or snack just because? Maybe she helps you out without you even asking, whether it's by giving you advice when you're stuck or working with you on a project you've been working on. Because she's been working on these acts of service, they often look like random acts of kindness, but are actually her way of saying, I care about you, without having to say it. What's even more telling is how consistent it is. If she's there for you when you need it most, or even when you don't, you can bet there's more going on beneath the surface. In this case, her actions might just be screaming that she has feelings she's trying to hide, but why not just admit it? Being vulnerable is scary, so she lets her actions do the talking. If you notice this pattern, don't take it for granted. It's likely her way of expressing affection without taking the risk of saying it outright. Sign number 2, she gets nervous around you. Have you noticed that she seems a little different when you're around? Maybe she fidgets with her hands, stumbles over her words, or suddenly becomes more self-conscious. This nervous energy isn't just random. It's often a sign of emotional vulnerability when someone feels deeply for you but isn't ready to admit it. Their nerves tend to get the better of them. Here's why: when we're around someone we're attracted to, our brains release chemicals like dopamine and adrenaline. These can trigger physical reactions like erasing, heart-blushing cheeks, or even sweating. Essentially, her body is betraying her emotions, even if she's trying to play it cool. And it's not just physical signs. You might notice she overthinks her responses carefully, choosing her words as if trying to avoid saying the wrong thing, or maybe she laughs a little too hard at your jokes. Even the ones you know weren't that funny. All of this points to one thing. She cares about how you see her. It shows in her nervousness, because she wants to impress you but also doesn't want to be too obvious. It's a balancing act that can lead to some cute moments, like stumbling over her words or compliments that come out awkwardly. If she's acting this way, it's not just because she's shy. It's because she's emotionally connected to how you see her. So the next time she seems nervous or fidgety around you, don't brush it off. It's a sign of something deeper. If you pay attention, you'll see that these little things reveal a lot more than she'd ever admit. What's interesting is that most people don't remember small details unless they care about them. If she remembers little things about you that most people would forget, it's a strong sign that you're important to her. How often do you remember odd things about someone you don't care about? For example, does she remember your favorite food or drink? She might remember every detail of a story you told her weeks ago, or she might surprise you. When she brings up something you said in passing that you even forgot about, it's not a coincidence. It's a deliberate moment of focus. Remembering these little things shows more than just a good memory. It shows genuine interest. It means she's paying attention when you talk, and more importantly, she values what you say. This level of attention is very rare, and one of the clearest signs she cares about you emotionally, even if she hasn't said it directly. What's even more telling is that she doesn't have to force herself to remember, because to her, you're important enough to pay attention to. If you notice her remembering these little things, it's not a coincidence. It's her way of showing you that you matter to her, even if she's not ready to say it directly. She's interested in your personal life. This isn't just polite small talk. She asks about your goals, hobbies, and even the people in your life, because she genuinely wants to get to know you better. Level of closeness. Have you noticed that she asks deep questions about what drives you or where you see yourself in 5 years? Maybe she wants to know about your youth, family, or the things that make you tick. These aren't simple questions. These are the kinds of questions that show she wants to know more about you. Why does this matter? Because an emotional connection isn't just about attraction, it's about intimacy. When she digs into your personal life, she's trying to build that deeper bond. It's her way of showing that she wants to be a part of your life, even if she hasn't said so directly. This level of interest also shows how vulnerable she is. It's not just to get information, she's trying to connect with you on a deeper level. If she does this over and over, it's a strong sign that she feels much stronger feelings for you than she's letting on. If you've noticed these signs, don't ignore them. They're her subtle ways of showing you that she sees you as more than just a friend. Keep watching, because the next signs will help you see even more of the truth. When she sees the number 5, she gets jealous but tries to hide it. It's a tricky emotion, isn't it? She might not say she's jealous, but her actions can give her away. This isn't the possessive, toxic kind of jealousy. Instead, it's subtle and, dare I say it, endearing. It's her emotions showing up in ways she probably wishes they wouldn't. For example, have you noticed that she seems a little quiet or distant when you talk about another woman, even if it's just briefly? Or maybe she asks more questions than usual. It's possible for her to act like she's just interested when you bring up a coworker or friend, but there's usually more to it than that. If she changes the subject or gets annoyed quickly, it's probably because she feels threatened but doesn't want to say it. When it's under control, jealousy can be a sign of care and emotional investment. But it's important to know the difference between healthy jealousy and something more wrong. A good amount of jealousy is like asking a new person a few extra questions about themselves. It's her way of figuring out where she stands without going too far. Don't mistake these signs for lack of interest or irritation. Most of the time, they're just her feelings getting out, even though she's trying hard to keep them inside. Hidden sixth sign: she finds reasons to be with you. If someone really likes you, they'll find ways to spend time with you, even if it's not always clear. If she goes out of her way to be near you, even in a group, that's a strong sign she's trying to hide how she feels. If you think about it, does she suddenly become interested in a hobby or activity that you enjoy? Maybe she joins the same gym, goes to the same events, or runs into you more often than it could be explained by chance. These are all deliberate attempts to be closer to you, but that's not all. She might also find reasons to text or call you, whether it's a random question about something unimportant or a quick check-in that turns into a longer conversation. These moments may seem casual, but they're often planned. She's making connections with you without making it seem obvious. If she regularly makes time for you through texts, calls, or shared activities, it's not by accident. It's her way of showing that she values your presence and likes being with you, even if she's not ready to tell you how she feels. She often tells you nice things. When someone compliments you, it's often a sign that they really like you. If someone compliments you a lot and the comments feel specific and real, it's a strong sign that she sees you in a special way. Here's what we mean by genuine versus casual compliments. Real praise sound better than platitudes like "nice shirt" or "that's cool." If you look deeper, she might say something like, "You always know how to make people feel at ease," or "I admire how hard you work. It's really inspiring." These aren't just surface-level comments. They show that she sees and values your unique qualities. What about you? Has she ever told you how great your smile or laugh are, or even how you deal with tough situations? Does she compliment your intelligence, imagination, or sense of humor if she sees things about you that other people might miss? Look over. It's because she's really paying attention. And here's the best part. She often says nice things about you without being asked. She's not trying to get something, she's just saying how she feels, whether it's about your looks, your skills, or your character. Giving compliments is her way of showing appreciation without saying how she really feels. Eighth sign: she's protective of you. Protection isn't just about physical safety, it's also about emotional and social care. If she's protective of you, it's a strong sign that she cares deeply about your well-being and values you deeply. This protective nature might show up in ways you don't immediately notice, like does she stand up for you when someone criticizes you, even if it's in a subtle way. Maybe a friend said something sarcastic about you and she jumped to your defense. Or maybe she checks in on you when you're not feeling well to make sure everything is okay. These actions come from a place of emotional investment. Another common sign of her protective nature is how she acts when she thinks you might be hurt, either physically or emotionally. She might remind you to take care of yourself, tell you to rest when you're stressed, or even get angry when she thinks you're working too hard. These aren't random acts, they're signs of someone who really cares. Being protective doesn't mean she's annoying, it means she cares about your happiness and well-being. If you notice her doing these things, it's how she shows how she feels when she might not be ready to. Voice sign of 9. Her actions speak louder than her words. There's an old saying that goes, "Actions speak louder than words." This couldn't be more true for someone who is trying to hide how they feel. People's actions often reveal feelings they aren't ready to say out loud. If she consistently goes out of her way to make you happy, even when it's inconvenient for her, pay attention. Maybe she changes her plans to spend time with you or surprises you with something thoughtful that she knows will make you smile. These aren't just nice things, they're signs of someone who really cares about your happiness. Have they ever stayed up late to help you with something important, even though they had to get up early the next day? Or maybe she's gone out of her way to cheer you up when you're having a bad day. These actions, especially when they're consistent, can tell you a lot about how she really feels. The important thing is that her actions are consistent. One kind gesture might just be politeness, but a pattern of putting you first, even when it's not convenient for her, shows that you're more important to her than she's letting on. Actions like these often show how deeply she feels, even if she hasn't had the guts to say the words out loud. There are 9 subtle signs that she might be hiding her feelings for you, from the way she always puts your happiness first in her deeds. Often these clues say more than words ever could. Noticing these signs could be the start of something truly beautiful, so don't ignore them. If you take the time to get to know her, you might find that the link you've been looking for is already there, ready to be explored. Please like and follow if you found this video helpful. Also, don't forget to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments section. What signs have you seen in your relationships? We look forward to hearing from you. Until next time, stay tuned, be aware, and be open to the idea of love.